Joolse here from Joolsedesigns and JT Creations. So what we've got some peekaboo pockets, and that's upside down. So what I did was I've been smooshing papers again, and obviously I've been making mica sprays from eyeshadows and things like that. So I've been really playing about with them with the oxides and everything, and watering down acrylic paints and things like that. So we've got like nice gold splashes, and I had a right old mixed media mess. So this is what they started off like. Well, this is what they finished. Okay, and because I'm doing a fairy journal, they are quite bright. And I thought they were quite pretty, quite woodland. So what I'm here to do is to tell you, so we'll need some paper. I've used, now this is a 3-inch, maybe it's a 3-inch that way, but it's not. It's actually a 2-inch, 2 square. So I don't know where they get the 3-inch from. So I used that. And what I did was I cut these in half. And I've used some acetate, but what I was able to do was I don't have a laser printer, but I managed to pick up some laser printer acetate, printed acetate. So because I don't have a laser printer, I use it as acetate, and it's just as good. So what we'll do is we'll start with the most muted one. And your journals are usually about 5 inches. So I want about 4.5. So I'm just going to trim that down. Pull these bits. And this is it's a old Scottish law book, so it's not needed. And what I do is I turn that down. It's not an old book. Well, it's from early 19th century. And the paper, what I did was when I was smooshing the paper, I put clear gesso on to protect it. So it gives it that thicker feel, but it is a thicker page anyway. And then what I do is I turn that one up like that. And what I'll do is I'll put my mat down, because I am going to be gluing and sticking and getting in a right old mess. And my desk's quite tidy at the moment, but how long it'll stay like that's anybody's guess. And then all I do is I just turn this down using glue stick. The glue stick I got from B&M's, and I keep going, it's a 4-ounce one, and I've had it for ages, and I keep going back in, but they don't seem to have any. So anywhere that does Hobby World crafts for kids will probably get this. But it seems to go on for ages, and I think it was about £2. Right, so there I've got my pocket, and all I do is we'll take this out. Oh, no, I can't get that dry. It doesn't matter. All I do is I go in. Now, I'm just decided that I want my peekaboo at this side. So if I wanted it at that side, and I just chop it out. And so I've got my peekaboo pocket there. So we'll leave that one there. And these I don't throw out, because I use these as little art boards. And I do put them in when I'm stamping, when I've put the acetate inside. So we'll do this one. I think we'll do quite a shallow one. Just make sure that it's not smaller than 2 inches or whatever dye or punch you're using. You can use any punch. I've got a heart one somewhere, but I can't find it. I've got a big flower one which would be quite nice, which I might have a go at using because I know where that one is. And again, it is too long. Yeah, so I've got a heart one, and I've got a big flower one. So I think we'll try the flower one, but what I'm going to, oh no, I'll try from this side, see if it fits. This might be, there we are. So you can see it fits. I might probably be better off doing that with a, no, I'm just making sure that, all I do is I just make sure that that's in equally. And then I've got a nice big flower. And there we are. So we'll put that one there. These US design paint and woodware, the craft collection. I got these years and years ago when I was doing card making. And for the acetate, we'll do the square ones first. Now I know they're 2 inches, so what I want is I want a square 2.5 inches by 2.5 inches. So I'm going to do this on the trimmer. So I do stick these down with glue and tape. So all I do is I just go around the edge, and I will speed these bits up because the last thing you want to see me doing, you will be able to speed it up. Now just put it round the edge. If you don't get exactly on the edge, it doesn't matter, like you're using it as a shaker card or anything. So what I've decided to do is to do my scrappy bits on a Saturday. So it's Saturday's scraps. So on Saturdays the videos will be using book pages, scraps, things like that. Thursdays my back to basics and crafting on a budget. And Tuesdays I usually do Roxy's weekly challenge. I don't do all of them, I just do some of them. Sorry if I'm out of line. And then I just pull these off. What I'm going to do is turn the bottom over now, and that just turns over on that bit of acetate. Okay, so we'll turn that over. Now what I do is I just put washi tape around the edges of the acetate, and all it is so that when you're putting things in your pocket, oh, my coffee, thank you very much. Just husband brought me, takes the dog for a walk, and he goes down to Greg's and I get a nice coffee. Okay, so as I said, I put washi tape round these bits, so that's what we'll do now. So we've got, and if this is starting to lift, just stick it down. So we'll put the washi tape round the edges. So dry this off, and now we're going to the stampy parts. So we've got that, so we'll put the square back in there, and all it is, it's just actually that goes in there. It doesn't really matter because they all fit in no matter what. And the heart, and it's just so when you're stamping over it, you're not going on the it's not stamping onto the acetate, because I'm going to use a stays on, which is a permanent ink, and it would be permanent on the acetate. So I'm just putting my glues away. Trying to keep tidy. And I have some flower stamps here that I've had for absolutely ages. And I've not used them in years, and I just refound them again, and I thought I like these stamps. So we've got little rosebuds, little daisies, we've got grasses, not sure what that is, got a bunch of roses, and these they come in different sizes. So we've got that one and that one, we've got that one and that one. I thought I did have another one of that. I must have put it somewhere. I'll come across it, but we'll put that there. So we're going to use these. So I think I'm going to use this one, and I'm going to put it on here. Now it doesn't stick. You can get this like stamp mount, and it is on those ones, but I don't know, I must have used it on something else and not had enough left. If I remember, I'll get some because I'm using these. So all I do is I just put a little bit of glue stick on there, and there we are. And it doesn't really matter which way this stamp is. There's no stalk or anything. There's a leaf and some buds. So now Stays On is like a solvent based ink. So it's got a smell, smells a bit almondy. It's alright if you like almond. So I'm going to put this sideways. I'm sorry if I'm out of focus. Right. And I'm just pressing it. And there we are. So it's kind of missed a bit there, but I'm not too worried about it. Just going to do the edge, and I'm just putting this under here so I don't stamp my mat. And we've got like a faint, which is fine. It's not very often you get secondary stamps from stays on. Put the flower back in. I'm just really pressing on that. So there we are. So there, so when you take it off, you've got your book page, you've got your mixed media sprays, and then you've got your stamps on the top. So it makes it, it is quite busy, but I quite like it like that. And I'm just going to trim that off. So that's that one. Then we'll do the heart. We just put that in there. I'm going to do the same flowers, and you can actually colour these flowers in as well if you want. Just giving that a right old stamp. There we are, and we'll see if we can get a secondary stamp here. There we are. It's a little bit faded, but it looks nice. And we'll see if we can get a little one here, just a faded one. That's fine. Yep. So there we have our heart. The square, let me put this back on here because I'm going to use, I think, the daisy stamp. Now, stays on doesn't wipe off as easy as normal inks, but I do have a stays on cleaner, so, and it does bring it off. So I'm going to use that, and I don't need to use anything because that's got a stamp mount on it. Stamp mount does help because it's quite foamy, and so you've got like a little bit of bounce on your stamp. So I'm going to go right over there, I think. I'm going at an angle. Yep. So you can use them as artboards because they're quite cool. And that's one thing I'll be going over is artboards. In fact, I've already started, so that will be coming up shortly after this video. And again, I'm going to put this at an angle there. And there we are. And we'll see if we can get a little bit of a... And see if we can get that one. Yep. And And there we are. How cool is that? I love these where you put loads of different mediums on, and it's basically mixed media. Anything that's got more than 2 layers, I think. Trying to think, do I want to stay with the daisies? Yeah, I'm going to stay with the daisies. You can do any type of stamp. You don't have to do flowers. You can do bees. I've got a nice bee stamp that would have looked nice. But it's just that I've got a lot of flowery backgrounds in my fairy digital, so. And you can see that didn't take there where it was on the edge of this paper, which was a bit silly, but. So just make sure that you've got a flat surface underneath your paper that you're going to stamp on. And I'm going to do that a little bit off. And I'm just going to put them on the edge. And we'll try these ones. And there we are. And again, we've got a nice artboard for using and a nice pocket. So I'm just going to put these away. Take that off there, ready for cleaning, and we'll. In fact, I'll clean the whole lot. And then we're ready to decorate them. Now, these ones I did put like little labels on. I got a new Tim Holtz die, the file folder. So I was using them, but on this one I'm going to use some of my some of the ones that I did earlier. Right, where's the other one that I did? What's in here? My little grandsons. So this is the tab journal, and what I did was I put a lot of the things in here. Nothing there, it's in one of the pockets. No, that's clear ones, I need to use them. That's the green ones. We'll leave them in there because I'm not using the green ones. I must have put them in a different one. Ah, there they are. That's the ones I wanted. And so what we're going to do is we're going to decorate these up with some vintage looking stamps. And these are just sticky labels that I bought that I stamped on with various stamps. I'm going to put this one down here. And we'll have a flower one. In fact, can I lift that up? And there we are. And that will do. I've got one here, we'll use this. And I'll use that there and tuck it in. And we'll use the blue and the pink ones for these. Again, you can either tuck it round and stick it, or you can trim it off. Put that one there, and I think we'll have a round one with numbers. Got lots of different ones. We'll have this one. And there we are. I think that's upside down, but never mind. And do we want any on these ones? Yeah, we'll have a nice stamp. We'll put that one there. And what we're going to put here, I did a lot of stamps on these ones. Put that one there. Oh, it's got something on the back. So I hope you get something out of this. As I say, keep the little squares. You've got nice little artboards, or the hearts, or the flowers, because they'll all go somewhere. You know, you can use them in your journal, but I will be doing a thing on the 2x2 artboards with mixed media, sprays, stamps, painting, everything. So these were the two that I did offline. I did colour the flowers in. All I did was I used some, was it spice marmalade, just ink, just put it on there and used my water brush just to colour them in. So I probably will do that with some of these. In fact, I think what we can do is we can have a little go. So I'm going to do some blue daisies. Now I want a pale blue. I'm going to use some of these Harmony. This is the ocean blue. No, baby blue. We'll try this one. It's a bit pale. That's all I do. Might add a little bit of midnight blue with it. And I've just got these, are always filled with water. I have to be careful because sometimes I fill them with bleach as well. And then all I do is I just colour them in. You don't have to be perfect, because you've got, you know, if you've done sort of like a mixed media background with sprays and things like that. And I don't need to colour them in because they're all blue. And that one. Use a bit of baby blue on the light. And then if you really want to be precise, because like your flowers will be a little bit darker in the middle going towards the centre. And there we are. So we'll do, I'm just dropping a bit of ink on, a bit of water on that just to water it down, because I don't want too much So when I use the dark ink, I'm just going around the centre. And because the paper's got gesso on it, the paint or ink, watered ink, isn't going to go into the paper. It will just sit on the gesso, and that's where you get your perfect colours from. And then we'll just go in the middle and do the odd one. That's dark, just giving it a little bit of mixed. And there we are. I'm not going to do all of them, but I'll do this one. That one's behind the leaf. I mean, if you wanted to, you could colour them all in, but when you use ink with a water brush, your brush tends to keep the colours quite well, so one little drop of ink goes a long way. And I'm not being perfect, I'm going over the lines. It's just a colour wash. And again, we'll go in with the darker colours. And there we are. And I'll mop that up with a bit of book page, because it's got some bits of stamping on it and everything, so it'll make a nice mixed media. So there we are. So I'll leave it at that. So we've got the two squares that we did with the daisies. We've got the flower, and we've got the heart. Now how cool are they? And all they're made out of is scrapbook page. The mica sprays, some of them I've made out of eyeshadow. Some of them I've made from old acrylic paints that's just got a little tiny bit at the bottom. And I've just mixed it with water and it makes a nice spray. And I have used some oxides and things like that, but it is just using your scraps up and making them look pretty. So I'll see you in the next video. Bye.